So welcome to the Fascia release. My name is Emma. I'm from Sweden, and before we're starting with the releasing of Fascia, do you know what it is? What we are going to work with? Feet, yeah. You have fascia under the feet. That's correct. Well, fascia is everything you are. It is your biggest organ in the body. Since 8 years back, it's been registered as the biggest organ in our body. When all of us were to school, we were taught the skin is the biggest organ. But now, since 2017, the fascia is, so it's around every cell, so it connects to the next one as well. And it's what's keeping your body up. Without the fascia, we would just be high on the ground. So it's good to know what it is. And it's a live liquid. It is flowing all the time. The body is 70% water, and we want it just to flow with many different systems that clean us and rebuild us and so on. And the fascia, we want it to flow good, then we can move good and perform good and feel good. Yes. Yeah. And if we get thick, like tight, like honey, oily, then it will press to your nerves, and your nerves cannot connect to your muscles. And then maybe you feel some awkwardness, you feel stiffness, and so on. But your muscles can't be so short, they can be irritated, and they can have tension. We want to have activation in the muscles, but we don't want to be over-activated, or not too less activated either. We will try to release tension, but sometimes when you're feeling muscle pain, it can actually be fascia pain. So you have fascia in your muscles, and the fascia has 6 times more nerve endings than your muscles do. So if it's really thick, it will probably feel painful. So when you're feeling sore, maybe it can be stiff, thick fascia. So we will see if we can try to release it and work with healing ourselves. And before we start in the releasing part, we're gonna stand up and just check in how it is right now. We do a reset exercise, so we can compare it before and after. So if you bend your knees slightly, rolling down to forward fold, and here just feel in the back of your body, like a Polaroid picture. Try to remember it. Observe how far down you reach in your hands. It goes side to side. How does it feel around your hips? And then slowly rolling up. Because just what you said, we have fascia on the feet. Yes. Some therapists only work with the feet to release pain in the body. So through the feet, you have a fascia line going on the calves, hamstrings, lower back, upper back, all the way to eyebrows. So you can release pain and tension through your feet there. And we are going to start work with the feet. Nowadays, working with the feet can actually be the #1 exercise for self-care for many people. Because most people wearing wrong shoes as well and don't taking care. So I call it rolling the feet, but we're not rolling at all. We're giving pressure and we unload it. Just a task your fascia have is to handle pressure. So start on the phalanx of your big toe. So we are on the ball of the foot. When I say in toe, I don't mean the toe. I mean the bone of the toe. Okay. Relax the arms. Think have a good posture, slightly bent knees, slightly arch, chest up, and head up. You drop the head, you're squeezing your nerves that also want to have full flow. So breathe in through your nose all the time. Your left line. And breathe out through the mouth. Give the pressure. Relax the whole body. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out through the mouth. 2 times we're doing on one spot and then release. So you breathe in and now you bring it in between the phalanx, between the bones of the toes. And breathe out. And if you want more, then you close your eyes when you're breathing out. So breathe in as deep as you can, so you have a lot of air to breathe out with, and close the eyes. So when you're closing the eyes, you're relaxing the most. Bring it below the second toe, breathing in, and breathe out. Try feeling the good posture. Feel the shoulder blades melting back together, the chest open up. Bring it between second and third toe. Always feel that someone is pulling up through your hairs, your arms all along. Want to bring awareness to our postures. A wrong posture can damage your body. Bring it to the third toe. Fourth toe. Really good breathing. Why you want to breathe out through the mouth? Because you are relaxing the jaw. The jaw, hips, and feet as well connected. If you have a problem with one of them, you probably have tension in that too as well. So always try to relax the jaw. If you're doing this exercise at home, don't chew gum at the same time. Maybe it's not as popular in Germany as this is in Scandinavia, but always chew gum. Fifth toe, and the fourth and the fifth are connected to the shoulders. Really let those melt down. Doing sports with hard shoes like playing football, cycling, winter sports, and you can even do little for the foot before and after the sports. We're gonna go to the sole of the foot, so bring it on the inside, breathing in and breathe out. Give the pressure, and now you might have more intense spots. Breathe in, hold against the outside, and breathe out. But we don't want to push the pain too much. If you have pain scale 1 to 10, try stop at 7, don't push it harder. Because then you're losing this deep breathing. Maybe straining some other muscles, maybe rotating the face, and we want it to relax. Your fascia is a network. It has no start, no end in the body. So everything affects each other, just like a spider web. If you pull in one part, the whole will move. And the same is with your fascia. That is why sometimes you can have a block in the foot, for example, but the pain is in the knee or the hip or the shoulder. So if you're squeezing some other body parts, you don't optimize the relaxation as you can. Every time you're changing the side, go a little closer against the heels. You're scanning through the whole sole of the foot. Have you felt any painful spots? More than one. When we're breathing, when we try to deepen the breath, try breathe all the way down in the belly, then feel the breath in the lower ribcage, and then last in the chest. Getting closer to the heel, so you have some spots just before the knee. We have hard fascia there. And the problem with it, you can stand straight on the ball, working on it. You can take 1-2 breaths on one spot and then try to move the ball slightly. So don't stay in taking too many breaths on the same spot. Move on, and if you're coming back later, it might already be different. Breathing. Number one to start healing your body is to focus on the breath. Need to come down in parasympathetic nervous system. It's for resting. We have the sympathetic one, and that is for fight or flight. Care about it. And to really come down in the parasympathetic, you need to slow down the breath. If you're taking maximum 5 breaths during 1 minute, you do it for real. Sometimes we maybe get the injury with sitting home and resting, watching a serial movie. But maybe your body is not in resting mode because you're watching action, you're getting excited, you are bringing up the heart rate and your breath, and then you actually are still in a stressing mode for your body, and it's not in healing mode. So if you want to heal for real, you need to focus on all parts. You can relax the ball. Do it at home, do 3 minutes on the ball of the foot, 2 minutes in the sole of the foot, and 2 minutes around the heel. Lift the toes and heel, get the flow in the feet. And roll in and outside. Then you start to grip the mat. And you feel any different from that? A good difference. Nice. Sometimes we have tension in the body and we are not aware of it until we release it outside. Usually it's the same thing on the side of the rib cage. We think we're breathing deep, but we have resistance we are aware of. But then we do that foot, if you like. So 2 times, breath on the phalanx, on the bone of the toe, and then 2 times in between. Relax the arms. Posture, slightly bent knees. Let the spine be the S curve it has. And close your eyes. Breath in between toes. Feeling shifting your body weight toward the gravity instead of just leaning forward, hinging the hip, moving the ball. sole of the foot, push the pressure on the inside. Then scan against the outside. If you feel a really painful spot somewhere in the middle, you can stop to take a breath and then continue moving on. And every time you move the ball, bring it a little closer to the heels, you can scan it through also. When we have a happy flowing fascia, it can get thick really fast when we need it. If we having an accident or something hit us with a lot of pressure, then the fascia gets thick to protect the rest of the body. If it is unhappy, if it's like the honey, then it will move in slow motion to get thick, and probably you break something else in your body instead. That is a quality of the fascia, and as well when we are working with it, it will react. So if we are pushing too much hard pain or force, then it can thick instead of loosen up. That's why the breathing is really important. In your fascia you have an acid called polyene acid, and it can change shapes just like water. Water can steam up, can get to ice. You have a bottle of this polyene acid and you put your fingers in it. It feels like water, flowing, happy fascia and acid. If you make a fist and you punch it, it doesn't splash like water, then it gets thick, like tarmac, like the top. And that we want it to be able to act. So when we're working with it, we don't want to force too much power in. No, don't think like the massage gun. It doesn't need to be hard to be helpful. You need to listen into the body, and if you go to a fascia therapist, maybe they're putting a gentle pressure on your muscle. You're deep breathing away the first layer of tension, and then you feel your muscle can invite you and you can push a little harder. So you always want to cooperate with it. Coming closer to the heel, so you have some spots to the forehead, straight under it. Take 1-2 breaths on one spot and then move on. As well, some fascia therapists that have help away whiplash pain, whiplash injury. If you're croaking with a car, maybe you get some pain in the neck after it. Croaking with a car, our body's not built for. It's way too much pressure, so it needs to handle somewhere. And what it showed, that most pressure, most block in the fascia was in the feet. So they release the pressure in the foot, maybe the toe, and then the pain disappeared in the neck that they had for a few years. Because if you make a scan on the neck, you don't see injury, you don't see your broken vertebrae or muscle. It's just somewhere stuck in the system. Before we can rebuild it, we need to get rid of the old. You can relax from the golf ball. Just lift the toes, the heels. Bring it in and outside, get some flow. And we can do our reset exercise. So bend the knees, come into forward fold. Go to side to side. Observe if you maybe reaching further down. You feel some different in the back of the leg. Lift, turn, shake it. And slowly roll it up. You feel some different somewhere? You can further down. You got more flexible. Yeah. So sometimes if we're feeling stiff in the muscles, we start to stretch the muscle and it's not short. Maybe it's your fascia that is thick. So if you make it flow more, you will be more flexible. So that is a little better self-care and taking care of your body. Good. Then we can sit down. Maybe drink some water since we're working with the flow. Okay, stay hydrated.